I'm just going to look at one small problem, how to construct the formula that you need to use Kirchoff's laws to solve these problems. Now, we're going to start here and we're going to move around, and this is going to be the first major loop, and the second loop is going to be going around here. So first of all, we need to find all the currents. There's a current coming in from the left there, and that splits into current, so we call that I1, splits into I2 and I3. So I1, as it goes in there, is equal to I2 plus I3. So the big loop is going from the 6 all the way around the top part to there. We call this the big anti-clockwise loop. And then we have a small loop, which is the small anti-clockwise loop, which will go from there round to there again, to the same place. So define the currents, I1, I2 and I3. This is the big loop, and this is a small loop. Now let's look at loop 1. There are two ways of thinking of the voltages here. You know that the sum of the EMF must be the sum of IR. Now this is one way of doing it. You say that the voltage which is supplied by this, voltage supplied by the battery, is equal to IR, which is I1 times by 5, plus I2 times by 10. And here we have it. So 6 is equal to 5 I1 plus 10 I2. That's one way of looking at it. This voltage gives this voltage plus this voltage. Another way of doing it is by taking the positive part of this battery, and we're doing the complete loop, and that must be 0. You start at one place and you go all the way around, you end up in the same place. The potential is the same. You start with at the highest voltage, the highest potential, should I say, which is at the plus part here. This is a voltage drop, so that's going to be I1 times by 5. That's the first drop. So that's 5 I1. Then this is the second drop, which is I2 times by 10. So in other words, 10 I2. But then it goes back to there. Then it has to go across the voltage to get to the same point. Now this is not. Then it has to go across the battery to get back to the starting point again. Now this is not a voltage drop. This is a voltage rise. So we have to add a negative voltage. So it's negative 6. So basically the rule is, as you go around the circuit, a voltage drop is positive and a voltage rise is negative. So here again. So it's going to be 5 I1 plus 10 I2 equals negative 6. Or we go from plus 6 volts, 5 I1 plus 10 I2 is equal to negative 6. And this basically is the same as this. This formula is the same as that one. 5 I1 plus 10 I2 is equal to 6. Sometimes you get circuits where you get two batteries. So the rule is, go from the plus point of one battery, go round the loop, and every time the voltage drops, you consider that as being a positive voltage drop. When you go back across a battery and you go from a negative to a positive, that's a positive jump, so you write that as negative.